Hello, everybody. Hope that you're having a great day today. We are here to help you make money. As you know, I'm a fan of money mechanics, and we always want to be making money in different ways. We want to find ways for us to be making this cash work for you when you're not working, right? But right now, we're heading into a time where we're going to have a lot of sales that are going on, and I mean a lot. So, we're going to be running into a time where homes are going to be on sale. We're going to be seeing all kinds of things on sale. So if you have any large ticket items that will be going on sale, this is the time to be looking for them. Now, we are live today on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. So if you guys have any questions, you can put them down below and we're going to try to help you out. Right now, we are facing something that we have not seen in my lifetime, where we're running into the bullwhip effect. Does anybody know what the bullwhip effect is? This is what Michael Burry is talking about. Michael Burry was famously that guy that called the mass 2008 recession. He was in that movie called The Big Short. So the movie called The Big Short, this is what it was about, was that it was this time that he knew the trouble was coming. So if we go on the news today, we can see that in Los Angeles, the big ships are coming on and it dropping all of this product in. There's a massive place that is there. It has all of these warehouses in LA. It is 160 times the size of the Tesla factory. It is 44 times the size of Central Park in New York. It is massive. It is the North America's largest warehouse, and it is full. And it is full of all the products that you normally buy. So during the pandemic, as everyone was buying everything like crazy, all of the retailers were putting online and they were saying, send me more, send me more, send me more stuff. And now, have you gone to a Home Depot, a Canadian Tire, or any of these stores? And the prices, the product is piled up over 6 feet tall, right down the center of the aisles. The shelves are packed with stuff. And so, as they're all packed with all this stuff, they're not selling anything. If you go to the Home Depot has tables, barbecues, and tool chests lined up all down the outside, all down the sidewalk, and they just have a guard outside. I mean, if you had a truck big enough, you could go steal it. I'm not saying to do that, but like they just have one guard that's there. So they could lose that stuff as soon as it starts raining. The sun is beating on it, and when the snow comes, it's all going to have trouble. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you that all of that stuff is going on sale. And I mean like a big ass sale, okay? It's all going to be going on sale. So if you have a big product that you plan to buy, like those $1,000 tool chests or, an island or something that takes up space, we're going to have this massive abundance of product that they're going to have to move during this season. But how does these pile of tables or barbecues have anything to do with your job or have anything to do with your home? The prices of your home, the prices of your job, your wages are all going to be affected by this. All of it. How, David? How would you say? Just think this through with me for a second. If all the product is there, okay, let's back up 1 second. During the last couple of years, everyone's been home. Home prices have shot to the moon and stocks have gone to the moon. 94 cents of every dollar ever created in the past 3 years during the pandemic ended up in the stock market. Almost all of people's checks went into the stock market. People are betting on the stock market to go up. Okay, now that there's been a massive rise, these companies, let's just take the Home Depot, for example. They have all of these things that they need to sell. They need to sell those tool chests and tables and barbecues. They have to put them on massive discounts, huge discounts. Okay, so you're going to get a deal. You're going to get a sale from this. This is the best news, right? So you're going to get that. But think of the company now. Home Depot has put everything on the market. They're going to lose now all of that profit and their stock is going to drop. If their stock drops, then they have to lay off employees. Those employees got to go home. They no longer have a paycheck to pay their mortgage. Like, do you see the downward spiral this can happen? Not just one company. What if it's thousands of companies, hundreds of thousands of companies stuck with all this inventory? And that is what is called the bullwhip effect. Now, I want you to go look that up online, and it's going to help you if you can go look up online that thing. It's going to help you a lot. Um, it's lit 683. Have I signed up to Hustlers University? No. Andrew Tate, are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that. I'm way too smart for that. Anyway, so this bullwhip effect is going to affect you, your job. It's going to affect your stocks. It's going to affect everything. So would you do me a favor? Just go online and just check out what is a bullwhip effect, because it's going to affect what's going to happen to you. And I don't want you guys to get smooshed. I think you're going to get smooshed if you don't. And so we're trying to be careful with that. So what can you do? This is where these types of times always have the same type of result. We're either going to have the top end products drop in price and the low end products go up in price. So this is the same everywhere. You're going to see your $5,000 tool chest get dropped down to $3,000, $2,500. But you're going to see your food that was normally cost you $5 for something go up to $10. So the low end goes up, the high end comes down. Now, that's almost the same in housing as well. In Toronto, the $3 million homes are now selling for 1.5, and the $500,000 homes are now selling for 600. So the low end product has gone up, the high end products have come way down. So that's the big difference. San Gil, some realtors are saying that there's still multiple offers. It's rare. I mean, we have a lot of properties on the market. It is rare that you ever have that anymore. Like 2 offers, maybe, but the days of having this 30, 40, I had a property in Guelph, 45 offers, written offers. Crazy. So you might have 2, but it really depends how good it is. Now, if it's a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom condo, they're doing pretty good, especially the 2-bed, 2-bath. They're doing well. But I mean, you might have 2 offers on it. The market is not behaving the way it was before. It is not going crazy. The properties that we have, we used to be able to sell them in 3 days. Now we are selling them over, I don't know, 80 days or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. Thanks, you guys, very much for coming on. We really appreciate it. We want you to have some help. This market is absolutely bananas. I did some YouTube videos earlier in the day. We were talking about this. There's a lot of problems that are in the market. If you want to see, this is what he is talking about. Can you see that? The supply glut. Hey, let me flip the camera around. Maybe you can read this a little bit better. All right, check this out. A supply glut is a retail bullwhip. Now, this is what Michael Burry put out. Deflationary pulses. So that means that the price of things will go down. Yes, because there's too much stuff and no one to buy it. What does that result in? Disinflation of the CPI. That means that your inflation measure is going to go down, of course, because all the items went down later this year. And it says the Fed will reverse itself on rates and QT, meaning your mortgage rates will go backwards, will start dropping, and they will start money printing again. That's what he is saying. So this is really, really good about the bullwhip. If you have time, just go look that out. I mean, this is in LA. This is the map of LA. So if you see the port is over here, and all of this area here, this is all warehouses. And I mean, each building there, you could see it from space, is larger than Walmart's. Like, look at how big the homes are compared to these buildings. So they're absolutely massive, and they're completely full. They have no room for anything anymore. These are the articles saying that the items, the warehouses are completely backed up and the ports are backed up. They have no room to get anything out. Crazy, right? So, I mean, this is what you have to be careful of. This is what is coming for us. So we have to be careful. Hopefully everyone could see that on there. So you have to be careful. I don't know what else you can do besides just try to be smart with what you're going to be buying and what you're going to be doing. Anyway, do I have any other questions? Wouldn't prices go up again, San Gil? Wouldn't prices go up? How would prices go up? Oh, you're saying because of the print. Right, but they're probably not going to print the same level that they are now. Remember, right now they're doing quantitative tightening, which means sucking money out of the system, and they're increasing the interest rate. So they're going to start reducing that and not being as aggressive. Remember, they're always trying to find this happy medium between the two. Yeah, but good question. Good question. But the home prices will have dropped a lot. Look, in King City, it's down 50%. It's Mississauga is down 35%. Brampton is down 40%. I mean, already we are in the worst real estate market we have seen, I think, since the 80s. Remember, Sengel, also, things are not instant. They reduced the rates 2.5 years ago, and we were still seeing the rates, the prices going up in January. So it's a sticky category. It takes time for it to react. So when they do that, they're not going to drop it down to zero. They'll start dropping it by 0.25% to try to stimulate a little bit, not doing what they did last time and drop it 2 full points. Yeah. So I hope that helped you guys. Anyway, I thought I'd try to come on more often and see if there's something that we can do to help you out. Listen, I want you guys to make money in whatever you're doing, but things like this, like the bullwhip, I think people should learn about. If you have time, just go on Google and type that in. What is a bullwhip effect? And try to think that through, because it's going to have massive effects on if you have a T4 job, if you are going to buy anything, your home prices, everything will adjust. There's a lot of hiring freezes, layoffs. Yep. Could we see a big uptick in unemployment? For sure. And there's going to be a huge amount of layoffs if this bullwhip really takes bite. So we expect to see a lot of that happening. I expect to see that. Remember, I'm old enough to have lived through the last recession. And when the last recession happened, I was getting emails every day from people that I knew or a couple degrees away from who I knew, begging for work. So if people are begging you for work, that's when you know you're really in a bad situation. Unemployment will be very, very high. If unemployment is very high, then you also know it's a great time to go buy. That's when you want. When you see blood on the streets, that's when you should be buying your stocks and everything else. I haven't seen any questions. Not a lot of questions tonight. Everyone's kind of quiet. I guess it's midweek, but Sangil, you were here earlier in the week, and I saw you had a lot of questions, so that was really good. So we're going to see a lot of really cool stuff happening in the Toronto market. We think there's going to be at least another 20-30% drop, depending how the government reacts with their quantitative tightening. If unemployment is high and high rates and rates should be low, it would be time to buy. Yeah, of course you want to buy when the home prices are low and interest rates are low, but that's a pretty rare time to do that. Of course, in the US, when we can lock in rates for 30 years, we want to do that, right? But in Canada, we want to lock in for the max that you can, which is 10 years. So if rates do go down again, that's when you would want to do it. But this is going to be the time that you're going to have to make sure that you're monitoring your cash flow. What is the best stock to buy on the S&P? 99% of everybody. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. 99% of everybody who is buying stocks should probably not be buying individual stocks. You should be just buying like if you live in Canada, like VOO, just a massive basket. Or buy Berkshire Hathaway, like Warren Buffett shares. It's up 23% on the year or something like that. Everyone's saying his stock has crashed. It's down 3% this year while everything else has crashed. So buying like VOO, which is an American index in Canadian dollars, or buying Berkshire Hathaway BRKB, that is the share. You just buy that and then borrow from those stocks in order to buy into real estate. Soft weather's flow. Got a piece. What's up, man? How are you? So you know what? You need to be buying shares. Now, I've been buying shares since I was 16. So we're coming up like 25 years. I've been buying shares. So as I'm buying so much stock, I have tried to get around the market, buy the next big hype that's going to double, triple all the time. I'm always buying different shares. But guess what's happened every time? I've lost. But guess what? Every time that I buy just the index and I buy VOO or Berkshire Hathaway B, I make money. I make money. I make money consistently. I'm making money. I never lose. So that's part of it, right? Stop being young. Stop trying to outdo everybody else. Just buy the market. Hydro, you're asking, what about real estate in Vancouver, Canada? Buy or wait? 1,000% wait. 1,000% wait. Do not buy in Vancouver for your life. Never. I wouldn't buy in Vancouver. Vancouver is just like Toronto, the exact same. It is not the time to buy right now at all. Prices, they're going to, only two things can happen from here. Only two things. Either the interest rates are going to continue up like they have promised, and if the prices keep going up like they have promised, the prices will crash a lot more. Okay. So how much is a lot more? They should go down minimum of another 20%. Okay. So if that is, the prices will continue to go down. The other way is the entire economy will go into a massive recession and prices will fall then too. So there's no good scenario where you should be buying in Vancouver right now. If you're renting in Vancouver, good for you. Keep renting. There will be a time. Keep watching our show every. I'm going to be trying to do it every day because sometimes I get a lot of questions. I used to only do it on Sundays, but I get a lot of questions now. So wait for Vancouver. Keep renting, buddy. What about Edmonton? Edmonton's no go. Aaron, yeah, do not buy in Edmonton right now. The only place that you should be buying, if you were going to buy today, I'm not recommending that you do. If you were going to buy, I would only be buying in Lethbridge. Of course, I want Calgary. Calgary is the best place to buy, but Lethbridge is the only place today that you can find really good cash flow. Yeah, I'm glad you haven't bought a house too, man. Good job. What are my thoughts on renting a condo at Square One? Feels risky these days. Square One is, for all you who don't know, is an entire area around a mall. There's a countless amount of buildings that are out there. Square One was really nice when they first built it, and now it's really, really dingy. Prices have come way down. A lot of those buildings are really ratty. I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't live there if you could pay me. But one cool thing about Toronto is the prices have kind of equalized all over the city. So they call it the city of 99 neighborhoods all over the place. And the price is about $3 a square foot anywhere that you want to move. So it doesn't matter. You can live on the waterfront for the same price that you can live at Dundas Square, for the same price as you could go live in Ronces. Same price. So just pick the area you want. It's $3 a square foot per month. That's the rent. 1,000 square feet is $3,000 a month. So just buy a place where you like it, because the prices are the same everywhere. But yeah, Square One kind of dodgy these days, but it is cheaper. It really depends how much dodgy you can handle. Sandgill, what are your thoughts on CPI data from the US tomorrow? Could it be lower than 8.9 forecast? Listen, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball what it's going to be. Here's the deal though. There's no way that it's going to be 2%, which is their target. So their target is 2% CPI, but in reality, they're hitting 9. So what do you think is going to happen? They have 7% difference that they have to hammer. So the only way to do that is to raise rates. So there's 0% chance, that it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like they want 2, right? It's impossible they're going to hit 2. So no matter what, it's going to be higher. No matter what. End of story, no qualms. So they're going to have to raise rates again. And Canada, we got to raise rates. Our first meeting in September. I think we got 3 meetings left in the United States, 2 in Canada, something like that. Do you have any advice on life insurance? This is to Hydrovac. Hydrovac, this is my question to you for life insurance. This is very, very important. Do you already have a company with houses inside of the company? If you have a company with a holding company, properties within the holding company, multiple revenue streams working, if you have all of that, then it's a good time to get permanent life insurance. If you don't have all that set up, then only do term. Only do term life insurance until you have the rest of your house in order. A dude guy, as a landlord, do you find it renting risky in 2022? No, I never find it risky to rent because I know how to do it. So if you do it properly and you find out where their actual income is, don't just get their credit score, get their credit report. Actually do some due diligence on the people and go meet them. If you've done your homework and you've confirmed, don't just take their word for it. Yeah, I'm a dentist over there. Call the dentist office and see if they actually work there. If they do actually work there and you can confirm their credit history, and you met them and they're not like totally disheveled and they're not stinky or whatever it is, Thanks guys for all the likes. I appreciate it. And if you make sure that's good, then I'm happy with it. Secondly, the majority of our properties, we don't handle that. We have property management go deal with it all. We've already talked to them once. We told them what levels that we want, what type of people, and they go deal with all of it. So we don't manage our properties ever. We have property management do it for us. Sangil, so September interest rate will go up for sure since we will absolutely not hit 2% inflation rate. Absolutely. Exactly. They are nonstop consistent. We need to hit 2%, 2%, 2%. The only way to smack inflation down is to raise interest rates. So they will keep putting it down until they get to the 2%. Not sure, but they are a big company with multiple businesses. Sounds like I should get term life insurance. Hydro. So if you have your own company for you, you don't work for a company. I mean, if you've opened your own company, whatever it is, and you have a holding company and you have 10 properties within that holding company, like if you've already set up your own business, all of your employees, all of your houses, property management, if you have that all set up, then you should be looking at permanent life insurance. If you don't, I would just do term. Term is way cheaper. Sangil, was the landlord tenant board created to solve for homelessness? No. They're there to help tenants. In Ontario, the landlord tenant board is only there for tenants. They are not there for landlords at all. They hate landlords. If you go to other places like down Tennessee or Florida, Texas, those landlord tenant boards are there for landlords. So the name stays the same, but the government policies, you'll be able to read through who they're actually there for. If you call the landlord and tenant board in Ontario, Canada, they will treat you like angels until you say that you're a landlord. Then they'll hate your guts. Hydro, you're saying you work for a company. If you work for a company and you don't have another company owning a lot of other properties, do you know what I mean? If you don't have that, depending on your age and if you're married and if you have your kids, obviously we'd have to know about your exact situation. You should only do term. Permanent life insurance, like a whole life insurance policy, is the cherry on top of the sundae. Everything else has to already be made, right? That sundae, you have to have your ice cream and your whipped cream and your banana sauces and then one cherry, right? So that the whole life insurance policy is the last part. So don't go and do the last part before everything else. Just get a term. Usually you don't even bother with the term. When you have your first kid, that you just have to make sure that your wife or whatever is going to be able to carry on and pay for that kid while they're there. So that's when you buy a term policy for 20 years just to make sure the kid's going to be okay. How did I get into crypto? Oh, I got into crypto in 2013, man. Started mining Bitcoin in 2013. What is my go-to coin? I only buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it right now. Of course, I have a couple other fringe ones. I have miners that are running for me all the time, but those are the only two that I run right now. Would I let a renter pay me in crypto? Yep, all day. We actually have a restaurant that we work with, and we're implementing there the Lightning Network so you can pay for your burger with Bitcoin. What do I think of Primerica? I don't know what that is. Sorry, man. Hydrovac. Yeah. So make sure you're only going to get term for now. Okay, buddy? It's really cheap. 20, 30 bucks a month. I don't know what it is. It should be pretty cheap for you. That's the only thing that you should be getting right now. build your businesses, build your properties, and then try to go and get permanent life insurance if you want at the end. Permanent life insurance, very, very complicated. I read 5, 6 books on it. I did 41-hour consultations on it. I mean, absolutely crazy, bananas, how much time it takes. So you really have to dedicate yourself, because there's thousands of types of permanent life insurance. So how do you find the right one? You could do full-time work, and it could take you a year just to even figure them all out, to figure which one you should do. So just term's really easy. Cool. Thanks for your questions, guys. It's mainly both two guys, but anyway, glad I could help you out anyway, either way. But we're always trying to create other revenue streams. Your goal should be to create a new revenue stream. So it's like you shut the doors to the outside world, bang, and you don't open them again. You just listen to what people are like, read books, study, master one thing, get it going. Within 90 days, hopefully you have a machine running to make you money, and then you go on to the next one. Make any sense? Yeah, man. All right, guys. Well, you know what? Last year, I used to have so much stamina. Last year, I got kidney disease, and I was in the hospital, almost killed me, man. And the medications absolutely wiped me out. I used to be able to work 15 hours straight, and now I feel like a hockey player. I can go on for a shift, and like, I have no energy endurance. I get wiped out quick. So anyway, I'm gonna have to head out, you guys. I got other stuff to do tonight. Do you have any questions before I go on anything? So, we deal with a lot of different things, but I just want to be able to help you out. Thanks, man. Lightning bolts. Hope you're not being a smartass, but either way, thanks, dude. Any other questions? We do insurance policies or corporate structures, or, well, mainly, that I'm a real estate broker and we operate all of our teams in Toronto, Canada. Hey, Dave, is inflation primarily caused by QT? Yes, primarily. Remember, too, like during COVID, there's multiple things. All of a sudden, everyone wanted toilet paper, and there was no toilet paper to buy, so prices went up. Okay, so that wasn't the printing of the money. That's because there was no toilet paper anywhere. So there is some of it if the product is actually constrained, okay? But the majority of it always comes up from quantitative easing, QE, not QT. Quantitative tightening lowers prices. It increases interest. Why is it hard to evict tenants in BC? Because this is a good question. Depending on where you live, the actual province or the state has a leaning one way or another. British Columbia only cares about tenants. They don't care about landlords. You go one province over, Alberta only cares about landlords. They don't really care about the tenants as much. Where I live, Ontario only cares about tenants. So in British Columbia, same as Ontario, if you don't want to pay your rent, you don't have to. You can go an entire year without paying your rent. No problem. If you go to Tennessee or Florida or Texas, you got 1 week and they kick you out. What is this stream? Well, thanks for coming on. My name is David. I operate in Toronto. We operate teams. We have 4 companies and multiple properties everywhere, holding companies. We deal with real estate, buying, selling commercial real estate, also leasing it out, making cash flow come to you. We also do money mechanics, where it is using certain tactics through whole life insurance policies and corporate structures, how to pay zero tax, build lifetime wealth, and never have to pay taxes anymore. Don't work if you don't want to. I'm fortunate. I like what I do. Complicated, I guess. How do you put it in 2 sentences? Is it better to buy a house in full or always get a mortgage? Always get a mortgage. Debiting. Yeah, you always get a mortgage. The only time that you don't is if the interest rate is above real inflation, not stated inflation. So don't read the CPI. Go to a website like Shadow Stats. Right now, real inflation is around 17%. So unless the interest rate is above 17%, you would always buy on a mortgage to the absolute maximum. And there's no possible way. There's no possible future that Canada, the United States, Europe, any of them, Japan, Australia, will ever have an interest rate above the rate of real inflation, not stated inflation. Impossible. So I don't see any time in the future where you should not be buying maximum mortgage. If you have a market crash, QE will be bigger than COVID printing. We don't know. Who knows? It could be smaller. I think it would be smaller because the level of shutdown that happened back then, we've never seen anything like that. It was the largest print in history. So we've seen other prints before to get out of recessions that were a lot less. So I don't know. But who knows what the governments will do? I doubt it, but who knows? You're my first normal guy I found on lives. Thanks, man. I'm going to be trying to do this every day, actually, because last time I think I had 2,500 that were there. One time I had 10,000 people who were on. I couldn't even answer all the questions. So I'm going to try to do it more often. If you guys think it's a good idea, maybe I should come on every evening at like 7 p.m. Eastern time. But we've been having so many people contacting me from Europe and from South America that it's hard to be on the right time zone for Europe and here. But thanks so much. Soft Weapons, you guys, if you like my stuff, would you please do me a favor? Go over to my YouTube channel in my link and please subscribe to me there. I'm trying so hard. I need to get to 1,000 viewers over there and I can't get it. So if you would please do me a favor, go subscribe to me. Okay. Same name on my YouTube channel. Can you guys do that for me? I'd really appreciate it. Soft Weapons, you said I'm in. I have land to sell and start doing something. Yeah, you don't want to have, well, land is great right now. If I had land right now, I'd probably wait just a little bit until like next summer, plan to build on it next summer and get a mortgage on the whole damn thing. Then amazing. I don't typically like land because you can't get a mortgage on it. What did I do before all this? Oh my God. How long do you have? I started off, I was a language teacher. I was teaching English and French overseas. Then I started, I used to sell Lexus cars and stuff like that. Then I moved from there. I worked in the music business for a while. After I left the music business, we ended up buying a business that did mortgage refinance for the United States. I also had a transport company with my brother. Then after that, I opened a restaurant, a steak restaurant. Then I worked for the government at the post office as a management. Then I worked in law enforcement for a while. And then I ended up coming back to real estate, became a broker, grew my team, opened a whole bunch of companies, holding companies, got fascinated by economics and investing and becoming financially free. So I worked for like 20 years and couldn't break free. But if you do it the proper way, in 3 years, you retire. And that's what just blew my mind. No one had ever taught me this. I'm angry. Why did no one ever teach me? Because it's in their benefit not to teach me. It's in their benefit to keep me working for them like an asshole. So they wanted me to work forever. So I had to go and take it upon myself and learn. And so I said, I'm going to read one book every single week for as long as I can go. And every book I read, I learned something new. Keep learning. Okay, raising interest after lending, raising interest rates, I'm guessing, after lending at such low rates seems to be a scam by the government. Absolutely. This is not like an accident. You think that this is just by fluke that millions of people will end up going in foreclosure and losing their money? This is all like planned out. And it's not even like this is a conspiracy theory. This has been happening every 7 years for centuries. So look at history, learn how they do this, and then fight against them. Fight the man. Let's go. Thanks, Betty. Appreciate you guys. If you like this stuff, please follow me on YouTube, man. I'd really appreciate it. Is real estate a good investment for business? Absolutely. One of the best. Most tax favored asset class in history in Canada and the United States. 95% of all millionaires have their money in real estate. Period. And why? Why? Because we pay zero tax. You don't have to pay tax anymore if you're in real estate. Taxes are a choice. You don't have to pay taxes. Currency is a Ponzi. Absolutely. Bitcoin will resolve this. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I've been buying Bitcoin since 2013. I've been stacking them away. Diamond hand. Okay, but That's not going to happen. Just to let you know, by the way, countries are in competition all the time. Canada wants the jobs. US wants the jobs. Europe wants the jobs. Everyone wants to bring in their own types of immigrants and whatever else. Every country is fighting for something. So any country, 100%, mark my words, any country that has an income tax will ban Bitcoin. Period. Any country that has a use tax, like Cayman Islands, they are not going to ban Bitcoin. They're going to welcome it. There's no government that's going to give up their monopoly gladly, happily, just because, and let you pay in Bitcoin all day and not pay any taxes anymore. The government needs tax to stay open. If you go to a country like Cayman Islands, they have no accountants, zero, no income tax, zero. Why? Because everything you go buy at the cash register is a 25% tax. You go buy a bed, plus 25%. You go buy a drink, plus 25%. You go buy gas, plus 25%. Everything, plus 25% as you use it. So it benefits people who don't use a lot of stuff. But guess what? No income tax. It's way easier. Any country that has a usage tax, Bitcoin will be allowed. Any country that has income tax, like Canada, you get a paycheck and half your money is gone in taxes, they're going to ban it. So 50% of the countries will accept it. 50% won't. It's just the way it's going to go. Physical gold, hells to the yeah, man. Look, physical gold, physical silver. You should have 5 to 10% of your entire net worth in gold and silver. Make sure that you do it. I got a website. I got an affiliate link you can go to it. We can send it to you if you want. You can always reach out to me here and I'll tell you who we use. Physical gold is amazing. I've been buying it since 2010. I make sure that I buy it every January 1st. I go and buy new gold and silver. Remember, never store it in your house. Only ever store it in a safety deposit box or at a secure location. Would you lock into a fixed rate now or have a variable mortgage? No, I have a very strong, I believe it's an 80% chance that rates will go down by Q2 next year. But I wouldn't do it myself. But I, last December, locked in all of our interest rates because I knew this was coming. I mean, I wasn't a genius that just like figured it out. When they came on the news and said, we are going to start raising rates, I was like, uh-oh, go lock in everything. So when I went and locked in all my rates, now I'm okay. But if I was right now, I wouldn't be doing it. What I do feel between gold and silver, today, silver is your best deal. I just bought another couple bricks of this stuff. This is 1 ounce, but you can buy bricks of 100 of these all melted together. Looks like a giant thick chocolate bar, but it weighs like, I don't even know how many pounds. Silver is your number one investment right now. That's what I would be doing. Oh, man. We had a little go, right, of questions. It was good. It was good. But you know what? We're not having very many questions for the first hour, but then all of a sudden you guys like open the floodgates. So that's good. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for coming on. If you like any of this stuff, please just tell one person, just share it with one person. Say you have to follow this guy, please. And go to my YouTube and follow me over there. Come on. I just got to get to 1,000 people. All right. So just try to help me out. I really appreciate it. Thanks very much for coming on. If you think I should be coming on every single day, please let me know. And just send me a message. Tell me that you like this stuff. If you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up. Yes? Yeah? I don't see anything. So maybe you guys like it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. And if you have any last questions, I'm going to be hanging up here in like 2 seconds. Manny, thanks so much. Sergio. Yeah, I did work for them. So, Sergio, did I work with you before? Maybe. Small world, buddy. Anyway, thanks so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great night. And if you have anything that you want me to cover in any videos, please send me the messages. Just send me a DM. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.